Hey guys, EBPMAN here. Now if you're looking to take your gameplay, your mobile gameplay to the next level, you're probably going to want to invest in some type of game controller. Now several weeks ago we took a look at the Gamesir 2, and this is a USB-C powered gaming controller that expands, right, to support a variety of phones. This is going to support even the largest phones like the Note, as well as even the Galaxy Fold. Well, today we're taking a look at an upgraded version. This one is a Bluetooth version of the same control. Now, the benefit of this is that you don't have a USB-C connection. Also, it's going to be supporting not only Android devices, but it also supports Apple devices, which means not only can you play Xbox games, Stadia games, but you can now also play Apple Arcade games. You heard that right. You can play Apple Arcade games with this guy as well. So let's go ahead and check them out. Now, one of the very first things I wanted to highlight about this game controller is that it comes with a great travel, I would say, case. And it's one of those crush-proof cases, which I really appreciate. You can see this right here. So it gets placed here, and then you have space here for any kind of accessories that you'd want to carry with you. Now, as we take a look at the two versions, okay, so this is the USB-C version, and then this is the USB, or actually Bluetooth version, so there is no connectors here. Now, one of the things I really liked about this version was the fact that the USB-C port was flexible, and this gave me a lot of peace of mind because, when you are connecting your phone to this, you want to make sure that this is not too rigid where it's going to damage your port, right? Especially as it's holding in place. And this was a vast improvement from other type game controllers that I've seen. Now, this is even better, because this one has nothing that is supporting or going into your actual port, which means you don't have to worry about any damage whatsoever. Now, this is completely Bluetooth, so it's connecting via Bluetooth, and it has a couple features. First of all, you can see it has some really nice grips here on each side, so you can see the gripping that it has here. Right, and then this area here, when you place your phone, it actually your phone is placed where it's a little bit off the back here, which gives you some really nice venting, so your phone will not overheat as you're using it with the controller. Now, as we take a look at these controllers side by side, you have a lot of features that are very similar, right? So the keypad layout seems to be the same, except with the difference that now you have this D-pad controller here in the corner. So you have this style here, and this goes into the more traditional style that I'm more used to. So really enjoyed this one a lot better. But again, from a control perspective, the controls are very responsive. You have your controls, you have your triggers, and you can see that you have your two sets of triggers here. On the bottom here, you have kind of like this palm rest. So as you're having it right here, it kind of rests in this area really nicely. And then you have all the expected buttons that you would have in a gaming controller. This really takes your gaming to the next level. Now, as I open this up, look at how wide this opens, right? So this is going to be able to support even some of the larger phones that you have on the market. It does have a 500 milliamp hour battery, which is going to give you about 2 hours of gameplay. And again, you could go ahead and charge this as you like, right? So here you have your USB-C charging. Now this one right here opens pretty nicely. So you can see that both of these, if we put them side by side and you open them up, they open up pretty wide, right? So that's going to support a wide variety of phones. So let me show you what some of the phones would look like, and then we'll talk about some of the gameplay. Now, the very first phone that I have in the Gamesir 2 Bluetooth is my Samsung Galaxy S21 Ultra. And as you can take a look at this, this is a rather large phone, and what I really appreciate about this controller, which I couldn't do with the previous controller, is I could leave my phone in its case. That is a huge win for me. So here you have it. This is what it would look like. Right, you can see how it's raised here from the back. It's going to give you that cooling feature. And once again, from a Bluetooth connectivity perspective, you don't have to worry about any of the ports being damaged. Now, this next phone is my OnePlus 9, and you can see it fits well. And again, what I love is that it has the case on too. So you can see what it looks like here. No problems whatsoever. And again, this is going to also work with, if you think about your Samsung Galaxy Note 20 Ultra, which is one of the very large phone as well, but similar to the one we just saw. But once again, love the fact that I can use it with its case. Next up is the Google Pixel. So here we have our Pixel. Fits in real nicely, and again, with its case. Now, the next phone in our lineup is the latest Samsung Galaxy Fold, and this is, for me, the ultimate in gaming, right? So this is obviously the size of a little, I would say, iPad, right? So like an iPad mini. So check out this screen and what my gaming experience would be like. Now, because this phone is such such larger phone, it does add some weight to it. But what I like about it is that, you know, you can actually distribute this weight differently. So if you push this down, you're able to bring it down a little bit further because, again, the controls are found on the top, you know, on this side particularly. So you don't have to worry about the sides. So I really, really like the way this feels, and I love the large format. All right, so overall gameplay is pretty great. So the responsiveness, everything is pretty responsive. So if you're looking to be able to, so you know, so overall, my gaming experience, I actually love playing any kind of first-person shooter like this with the controller. You can see how quickly, we'll go ahead and press the trigger. All right, there's maybe a really, really slight delay, but not anything significant. All right, so there it goes. Oh, let's just make sure that we don't die here. Let's make sure. Ah, they got me. All right, we're back in the game. All right, so let's go ahead and get back into this. We're respawning. All right, so here we are. All right, so overall gameplay is fantastic, especially when you have a controller like this. Especially, you know, with some of these cloud applications that are now available for gameplay. I really, really enjoy being able to use, you know, this type of controller to be able to the gameplay. Overall responsiveness is good. The experience is just stepped up immediately, especially when you have a controller like this. And what I really like about this is the fact that I don't have to worry about the actual USB-C port being damaged, if that was something that concerned you. Bluetooth is great, the connectivity. And overall, my experience, even with, you know, I would say some of the racing games as well, is pretty good. Now here's another game. This is the Forza game. Just checking this out with the actual controller. Responsiveness is great. Really changes the overall gameplay. In this case, I am racing with the truck. Here we go. So as you can see here, everything is very responsive. At least the game controller, as I'm just driving on this race course. So highly recommend a game controller like this, especially if you're looking to step up your gaming to the next level. Let's see if I can pass this guy up. Maybe I can bump him too. Yeah, let's do that. And especially if you have a large screen like this, hey, it's worth it. So guys, that wraps up our review of the Gamesir 2 Bluetooth gaming controller. See you in the next one.